and welcome to my channel. So on this video, I'm not going to say today because I'm probably going to review some food items today, but the video that I'm uploading today, I just got through trying to calm myself down. I fell across a video on Facebook and it was over land ownership. So a lot of people commented, and I commented and said I'm in a predicament. If you're not new to my channel, you probably know what the predicament is. That my house is sitting on land that I own on one lot, and the other lot is not owned by me. And it's a long, complicated thing that happened years before I came into the picture. Like, at least 13 years before I even moved here or even knew about this place or anything. Okay? But it's a legal situation where I haven't broken any laws. I haven't done anything illegal. And I basically said, because as usual, like I said before on this, I don't have $5,000 for an attorney. Not anyone, not any of my viewers or any of my subscribers has offered to help me, which I don't expect. And I'm not talking about money-wise. Like, no one is trying to say, hey, why don't we get a GoFundMe started or something. And I'm really uneducated about that. I don't know how to start it. And even if I start it, unless I get people, it's like if you upload a video, unless you can get the word out, no one's going to see it. Well, unless I get the word, how am I going to get the word out so people can start donating? But all I'm saying is and if I don't come up with $5,000 for an attorney and $500 an hour, like, I don't have that kind of money. So why am I commenting on land? Because I'm trying to get little bits and pieces from different people. Well, why don't you just go to an attorney? Because I can't afford one? So it was a Facebook video about a lady trying to take this other lady's land, but it's her land, but the other lady said it's not. And I said, well, that's petty, because it's all about a fence. Like, the fence is like, it's here, and the other's like, it should be here. I'm like, I would just give that person and be like, I'll just put my fence here. If you think it, like, what is, how much, it's like that much of a difference. Like, really? So I was like, my situation's a lot worse. And I explained my situation, but like, I can't explain the whole situation because nobody's going to read that on a Facebook comment. You got to shorten it. Okay? So I have to give just the gist of what's going on. And out of the wild blue, and I went to his profile picture. He looks like a typical, I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. He looks like a typical hillbilly redneck that's probably in the closet and is probably jealous of people like me that is open. And when I say that, it's because I'm going on 50 years old, and yeah, I can tell you things about life that would blow your mind, and yet sad to say they're not made up, they're true. Like, I hate to stereotype, but you know, I don't even know this person. Out of the wild blue, he says to me, to go get a job, to stop being on someone else's land, buy your own land, and tells me I should do all this stuff. I said, okay, you want to tell me what to do with my life? I'm thinking to myself, first of all, this guy doesn't even know me. But if you want to go there, I mean, he decided to go there. I didn't. He did. If you decide to message me on the wild blue and tell me what I should and shouldn't do with my life, then I told him, I was like, okay. I was like, so, I shouldn't be on this land. What am I supposed to do with the house? Sell it? I can't sell the house. Now, the city and the tax office, I brought this to their attention. Are they going to be able to sell the house knowing that I don't own the land? Would you buy a house on land that you're not buying? Yes, it happened to my father. And it happened to the Spanish family that lived in the house before us that got a HUD loan. And HUD and the Spanish family didn't catch it, and neither did the title company. That title company is no longer in business. And the bank that made the mistake, they're no longer in business. So I can't sue companies that are no longer in business. This, again, happened a long time ago. And although it happened to my father and the Spanish family before us with their HUD loan, it fell through the cracks. It's not going to fall through the cracks now because I opened up my big mouth and told the city what is going on. And I told the title company. But see, that's another thing. The title company is blaming it on someone else. They're not taking fault either. So, without an attorney, but I told him, I was like, what am I supposed to do? You told me first of all, you told me get off the land. So what am I supposed to do with the house? Just walk out and leave it? Like, would you walk out of a house that you own? This is what happens when people put their business in other people's business, and I didn't ask him to message me and tell me this shit. He messaged me out of the wild blue and said to me, get off the land, buy your own, and get a job. Okay, get off the land. And what am I supposed to do with the house? Get a job. Okay, I get a job. Do you realize how many doctor's appointments I go to? Every week, my calendar is filled up with doctor's appointments. If I go get a job without a college education, I'm going to be making minimum wage. Do you think they're going to give me medical benefits? No. And do you think they're going to give me full time? No. I won't make enough to pay my medical. But I'm supposed to take your advice. And then he also said, go buy your own land. With what, my looks? Like, what's wrong with the house that I live in? But when I messaged him back, he put me on block. He put me on ignore. You have the audacity to tell me what I'm doing wrong and what I should be doing. But when I point out that maybe you're wrong, but I didn't say he was wrong. I said, okay, I'm going to do this, and then what do I do next? You're telling me I should just walk out of here. And what do I do with the house? Because if I don't sell the house, I still have to pay my taxes on the house and the portion of the land that I do own. I just don't pay that. Or maybe I should just walk out and be responsible and pay that. And then let a squatter come in my house and squat in my house. But again, he doesn't respond back, and then he blocks me. And I would give you his name so that maybe someone can do the same thing to him, but my Facebook has my full name and last name. And although I may trust some of my viewers, and subscribers, I can't trust everyone that's watching these videos. So that's not going to happen. But it's things like that. Like, I've said it before, okay? I've said it before. Like, I could have a chance to have like $1 billion or several millions and really enjoy my life. Or I could be punisher and executor of past things that people have done in the past, now, and in the future. And I think if I could be the grantor of good reward and the punisher of bad deeds, I think I would pick those two. Now, I guess you would say that's playing God. But, because if there's one thing, and it's not just about me, there's one thing that I cannot stand about this existence called life. Is that it's unfair. And I'd rather put my own happiness aside and lose money if I could be the person to try to make it fair. And, I understand that, people have told me, like, if everything was exactly fair, then, well, life would be... People have said everything from, like, we would be in heaven, and we wouldn't learn from our mistakes, and etc. And I understand all of that. Okay, I understand all that. So, like, I probably wouldn't execute a reward for those and punishment for those that have done like stupid little things, or someone that's made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been a firm believer that if you make a mistake, like let's say I'm at your house, okay, and let's say there is a bottle of water right here, and I'm talking to you, and I turn around and I hit it. I'm like, oh my god, and it falls. And let's say it's a green spinach smoothie, and it just literally gets all in your carpet. Whose fault is that? But was it a mistake? And was it an accident? So, should I still pay to have your carpet fixed? Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay for it. You need to pay for your mistakes. You need to pay for your mistakes. You need to be an adult, and I've always been a firm believer of that. Do what is right, and when you do an accident, you didn't mean to, you pay for that. But we're not talking about accidents here. Okay? If you do an accident, you pay for your mistake. If you do something on purpose, I think you need to pay for your mistake, and you need to get punished because you did it on purpose. And I'm so sick of religious people that talk about forgiveness. You know, if we just forgave every day, there would be no justice system. And if you honestly think that there is criminals out there right now doing bad stuff, how do you think it would be if we didn't have a justice system? How would you think, like, can you imagine how many gangs would just come into your house, rape you, rape or beat your boyfriend or girlfriend, loved ones, whatever, and just take your house, take your car, take your money, do whatever, and then you're going to say, it's okay, just do whatever, I'll just forgive you, I can't hold things against you. There's a justice system for a reason. I don't agree with the justice system because why? Because they don't practice what they preach. A lot of cops, and I didn't say all, but I did say a lot. I didn't say a small amount. I said a lot, and I mean a lot. But if I say all cops, then that would be, I mean, there may be one cop on this planet, and there's probably several, but they're probably not in America. They're probably somewhere in another country. I've said that before too. The justice system is shit. But at least we have something. Can you imagine if we didn't? It would be even worse. So don't give me that shit of, well, you need to forgive and we just need to... No. I mean, maybe there's a time and a place for it, but no. Like I said, I would give up my happiness and millions of dollars if I could choose to punish people that deserve to be punished. Like the kids that rape and molest children. The men out there that abuse women and beat them and rape them and sexually assault them and emotionally abuse them. And how my parents treated me. The parents out there that mentally or emotionally abuse their kids. Or even though it hadn't happened to me, sexually abuse their kids. I mean, there's so much shit. And there's always people out there. It's one thing to judge someone. That guy didn't judge me. He prejudged me. And that's worse. Just like when a Christian tells me homosexuality is wrong and you're going to hell, but they don't even know if I'm gay or not. And even if I am, do you even know that I sleep with men? How do you know I'm not a virgin or I'm celibate? How do you even know I'm gay? So it's not, you're not just judging me, you're prejudging me. You're just assuming and don't even know what the hell, you don't even know me. This guy doesn't even know me. So yeah, I think people like that, you know, but looking at his profile picture and the things that he posts about women and just the type of person he is, he's the stereotypical Republican, conservative, Trump-loving redneck that probably hates on gays, talks about gays all the time, and just like that pastor, I forget his name now. It's on the. I think I remember his name, but I don't want to misquote. I don't want to say something. I want to say his name, but I could be wrong on his name, and I don't know. But there's a specific pastor that he always preached about gay people all the time. He talked about gays all the time. And what was he doing on the side? Married with kids. He was sleeping with at least one male prostitute and sniffing cocaine off of his butt crack. Hello. So, If there's one thing I learned in life, and I've learned a lot, people project, also known as self-project. The people that are constantly talking, men that constantly talk about gays, or preachers that constantly talk about gays, there is a high probability that they're either bi, gay, fighting it, or probably even have done stuff and still doing stuff. I met this one pastor, and I think I shared this on my videos before. I was on a website. This was way before I met my boyfriend, by the way. This was a long time ago. But there was a website, and I met him. And he was, I'm not attracted to African American people, but like in that way, you know. But I have nothing against them. I'm also not attracted to Chinese guys, but I have nothing against them. But not that it's neither here nor there, because it's not. But he's African American. And he wanted to meet up. And I was like, you know, you seem nice. And I was like, I'm not attracted to you. And I don't remember exactly what he said, but he basically said that, you know, he never had, anyone ever gives him a chance, whatever. And I think he might have thrown race in there. I'm not sure. And I was like, well, you know, sorry, but like, you know, it's like if someone that says, I don't like you because you're white, I don't like white guys, like that wouldn't offend me. It's like, you have your preference. But anyway, make a long story short as possible. I was like, you know, why is this guy want to meet me? And so like, I didn't want to meet him at first, but then he started saying that like, he kind of threw in there he's a Christian and talked about this. Anyway, make a long story short, we finally met. And we didn't do anything, like, let's put it this way. We didn't do anything that could cause us to have a disease. And we kept our clothes on the entire time. And we didn't even kiss on the mouth. And when I say all of our clothes, I'm talking top and bottom. So we basically didn't do too much. But he's a pastor of a church about almost an hour away. He actually gave me money, of all things. That's another thing, too. I told you if you stay with me and listen to my videos, I'm going to get into some good shit. But he is a pastor of a church almost an hour away. And he's gay. He has a wife and kids, and his flat out told me, I was like, do you even like women? He's like, no. I was like, but you had sex with your wife to have kids. He was like, I did it because I'm a pastor of a church, and it's going to look kind of funny if my wife wants kids. Now, I was like, he's playing the role. Now, this guy is not bi. Now, someone else might think he's bi, but he flat out told me that he is not attracted to women. He's not attracted to his wife, and he's attracted to men. And he's not just a Christian, he's a pastor of a church that preaches against homosexuality. Why did he give me the money? He didn't give me the money and say, don't tell anyone. He gave me the money and said, I know you're not doing too well. Because he had asked me, I think he had asked me to go to a hotel or something. I was like, I am broke, whatever. And it's kind of weird because he drove all the way here. If anything, I should give him some gas money, which I'm not going to, but, you know, whatever. But he gave me the money, I think, so that I would think twice before I just rat him out. But that's just an example. And the crazy thing is, when me and my boyfriend, years later, we went to Mexico, and we were inside of a store. It was a Walmart, actually. We were inside of a Walmart, and I kid you not, I'm like 99.9999999% that was him. And I looked at him and he looked at me. Why would you had to be there. And there was people with him that was a bunch of, like, it was a congregation of people. So I'm thinking they were on probably a mission trip in Mexico, either to preach the gospel or maybe they were there for fun and leisure. But it was him. It was him. Because I looked at him, he looked at me, and it was one of those, you know, looks can say a lot. And then as I tried to follow him or like catch up with him to say, hey, he got away from me like fast. Like he was running from me without actually jogging. Because he knew, he remembered. Now, is it when I was I'm 100% sure it was him? No. But it was like 99.9999998% it was him? Yeah. But I mean, it's just, if I ask for your advice, then give it. But I didn't ask for his advice, and he wasn't giving me advice. He was basically telling me what I'm doing wrong. I mean, like, who the hell are you? And then if you're going to throw that out at me, then I'm going to respond back. But then you're not going to like what I hear, and then like a coward. This guy that messaged me on Facebook, he's a coward. He's nothing but a coward. And I'd say that in his face right now. I was like, you're a coward. You have the audacity to message me. I don't even know you. I didn't ask for your advice. I didn't talk to you. Nothing. You just message me and just start throwing this shit in my face, and then I respond, and then you block me. What does that say about this person? He's a coward. He's the kind of person that hides behind a tree, throws rocks, and calls people names, but as soon as a person turns around and says, who the hell are you? And they have a rock in their hand or a name that comes out of their mouth, they either hide behind that tree, another tree, or they run scared shitless and don't want to hear it. If you can dish it out, then you can take it. You came to me, so yeah. But yeah, I would love to get someone like that, especially in a room with a bunch of people where he can't leave, and be like, okay, I'm responding. Now you're going to respond back. We're going to have an adult conversation. You decided to bring this shit up to me. Now I'm going to ask you. And how am I supposed to do that? Am I supposed to sell the house? Because who's going to buy it? And then if he tells me, oh, I didn't know all the details, I'm going to say, well, it's too late now. You decided to tell me what I'm doing wrong and what I should be doing. I didn't ask you. You didn't ask for the details. You assumed. And when you assume, you make an ass out of me and an ass out of you. And that's another problem with the world today. If you don't know what's going on, keep your damn mouth shut. I don't do that. If I see someone posting something on Facebook, asking questions, I don't just assume that they're this and this and this and this, and then just message them and say, well, get a job, get a life, stop doing this, do this, why don't you do this? And then if I did, which I wouldn't do, but let's pretend I did. And they would be like, well, let me tell you the situation. I wouldn't just block them and run like scared. I'd be like, oh shit, I was in the wrong. I'm completely in the wrong, and you're all right, and you have a point, and I messed up, and I should have asked for the details and found out before I just up and come at you. Just like the church. Just like the church, my whole life. He's a spitting image of what I've been through with the church. He's a spitting image of what I've been through my whole life. I can't tell you how many people have told me homosexuality is wrong, and they haven't even asked me if I'm a homosexual or not. Or asked me, are you a virgin? First of all, you don't know if I'm gay. Second of all, let's say I'm a virgin. You have no idea. That's like me going up to a straight person and telling them, you're going to hell. I go up to someone and say, I see you're not married. You don't have a wedding ring on. So therefore you're single. So therefore you've had sex with women and still having sex with women right now before marriage, and what you're doing is sinful. I don't know that. But I assume because the guy seems straight and doesn't have a wedding ring on, therefore he's single, which means he's probably having sex out of marriage, and therefore I'm not going to do that. So just because I seem gay, therefore I am, and I'm sleeping with men. You don't know if I'm gay. You don't know if I'm sleeping with men. Or I could be gay and I could be a virgin. Or maybe I'm celibate. You have no idea. Just like I don't know who the hell's sleeping with anyone. It's none of my damn business. It's none of your business. Is it maybe your business if I'm gay or not? Maybe. If you're interested in me. If you find me attractive, then you may want to know if I'm gay or not. If you're male or female. If you're a female, you may not know. And if you're male, you may not know. Because you're attracted to me. Maybe you're interested in dating me. Even though I'm off limits because I have a boyfriend. But you're not interested in me. What does my sex life have to do with you? Do I go around looking at men and... No. It's none of my damn business. Unless I'm attracted to someone I'm interested in, then it may be my business if they're gay or not. And I might want to know about their. But I just don't randomly just come up to straight guys and say I think it's my business because you don't have a wedding ring on that you must be straight and therefore you're having sex out of marriage and that's wrong. It's none of my damn business. Who the hell am I? Who the hell are you? You and I ain't nobody special. I went to the gym yesterday. I tried to tan for 4 minutes. After 3 minutes and something, I got out of there. I kind of wish I would have stayed longer, but it's better safe than sorry. And I worked out a little bit, but I keep forgetting. I feel so stupid. I keep forgetting the time. Like, the crazy thing is the gym closes at 10 p.m. under the week, and on the weekend they close at 9. Does that make any sense? No. Most people have to work under the week, and they have to get up early and on the weekend. But it's neither here nor there. I mean, I'm not mad at the gym. I don't want them to change the hours. I'm just saying, like, I take fault in it. Like, I told that guy at the gym, I was like, why do I keep doing this? And he was like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's not your fault. He was a really nice guy, though, by the way, that works there. Sometimes he can be a little bit moody, but for the most part, he's really nice. The female that works there at night, sometimes she is, like, the best. As a matter of fact, I think I should probably tell management that she needs like a promotion or something because she is just like so nice. She looks like one of those snooty bitches that would be like, but she's the exact opposite. She's so nice. And I've talked to at least one other person that he was like, isn't she nice? I'm like, yeah. He was like, I'm like, we're both like, uh-huh. So, yeah, he was like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's not your fault. I was like, it's me. I was like, I just need to get through my thick head. So I may go to the gym today. I was gonna say I don't feel like it. I hardly ever do. But, other than that, it's just one of those story time moments again. And on that note, I hope y'all have a good 4th of July weekend. Stay safe. If you're in Texas or a hot place, please make sure you stay in the shade as much as possible and you drink a lot of water. Because especially people in Texas, every summer, heat stroke, heat stroke, heat stroke. I just knew someone. I know someone, not new. There's still a lot. I know someone that got really heated up and he actually fell over and hit his head. He's okay though. But yeah, it's really sad in Texas. Like so many people get heat exhaustion, heat stroke. So yeah, make sure you drink that water and try to stay in the shade as much as possible. And if you're not in a hot environment, well then, I still wish you the best. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.